Have you ever felt the pressure to be exceptional? To be a trailblazer, a one-in-a-million success story? We're often told that the goal is to rise above the crowd, to achieve something extraordinary. But what if a society was designed not for the outliers, but for the vast majority? What if the goal wasn't to create heroes, but to ensure a good life for the ordinary person? This is the fundamental idea I want to explore today, and it's a principle you can see woven into the very fabric of many European societies. Let's unpack this. When I say Europe is built for the ordinary person, I don't mean it's a place where ambition dies. Far from it. What I mean is that the systems from healthcare and education to urban planning and labor laws are designed with a baseline assumption that every citizen, regardless of their job, income, or level of success, deserves a life of dignity, stability, and access to essential services. It's a societal philosophy that prioritizes the collective well-being over the glorification of individual and often cutthroat achievement. Think about the safety nets. In many European countries, losing your job doesn't mean you'll lose your home or access to medical care. Universal healthcare systems mean a sudden illness won't lead to financial ruin. These aren't just policies, they're a statement of values. They say that your worth as a human being isn't tied to your productivity or your bank account. This provides an incredible sense of psychological security. It allows people to take risks, to change careers, to start a family, or even to just breathe, knowing that a single misstep won't send them spiraling into crisis. The system is there to catch them. Now let's talk about daily life and predictability. Look at the cities. European urban planning often prioritizes people over cars. Walkable city centers, extensive and reliable public transportation, and an abundance of public squares and parks aren't just charming features, they're intentional designs. They ensure that someone without a car, or an elderly person, or a family with a stroller can navigate their environment with ease and independence. You don't need to earn a high salary to afford the luxury of getting around your own city. Access to culture, to community, to daily necessities is democratized. This predictability extends to work-life balance. Mandated paid vacation, often for 5 or even 6 weeks, parental leave policies, and stricter regulations on working hours are all part of this. The system is designed to protect your time and your right to a life outside of work. It's understood that rest, family, and leisure are not rewards for exceptional performance, but fundamental human needs. This contrasts sharply with what's often called a hero culture, where society is structured to reward the exceptional few, sometimes at the expense of the many. In a hero culture, the narrative is about hustle, about grinding, about outcompeting everyone else to get to the top. The rewards at the top are immense, but the safety net at the bottom can be perilously thin. Healthcare is often tied to employment, higher education can lead to crippling debt, and public infrastructure can be underfunded. The underlying message is that you are on your own, and your success or failure is solely your responsibility. This can be incredibly motivating for some, but it can also be a source of immense anxiety and inequality for the majority who, by definition, are not at the very top. Consider the perspective of an average person in both systems. In one, your life might be a high-stakes gamble. You could become a millionaire, but you could also go bankrupt from a medical bill. In the other, your ceiling might be a bit lower. The tax rates that fund those social safety nets mean it's harder to accumulate extreme wealth, but your floor is significantly higher. You are guaranteed a certain standard of living, security, and dignity. For the vast majority of people who are not destined to be CEOs or tech billionaires, this trade-off is not just appealing, it's life-changing. It means you can work as a baker, a teacher, a mechanic, or an artist and still afford a comfortable home, raise a healthy family, take vacations, and retire with security. Your profession doesn't have to define your access to a good life. This European model recognizes a simple truth: society is a team sport. A nation is only as strong as its average citizen. By investing in public goods and social infrastructure, you're not just helping the ordinary person. You're creating a more stable, resilient, and cohesive society for everyone. When people aren't living in constant fear of financial or medical disaster, they are more free to be creative, to participate in their communities, and to contribute to society in ways that aren't purely economic. It fosters a different kind of ambition, one that might be less about personal enrichment and more about community contribution or personal fulfillment. Of course, no system is perfect. European countries face their own significant challenges, from bureaucracy and high taxes to demographic shifts and economic pressures. The model isn't a utopia, but the core philosophy remains a powerful alternative to the all-or-nothing mindset. It's a reminder that a society can be structured to provide a foundation of support for everyone, not just a launchpad for a select few. It's about building a world where an ordinary life is not a consolation prize, but a good life in its own right, a life of stability, dignity, and opportunity. It's a profound shift in thinking, designing a system that works for the 99%, not just the 1%. So the next time you hear stories of incredible, singular success, it's worth asking, what about everyone else? What does society owe to the person who works a steady job, pays their taxes, and raises a family? The European model suggests an answer. It owes them a predictable, dignified, and secure life. And maybe, just maybe, that's a more revolutionary and humane goal than creating a handful of heroes. Thanks so much for watching. What are your thoughts on this? Do you prefer a society built for heroes or one built for the ordinary person? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this interesting, please consider subscribing for more explorations of culture and society. See you in the next one.